Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another LCTV broadcast of Littleton High School football. My name is Benjamin Storman, and I'm here with a great friend of mine, Lincoln Maxwell Palmer. And we're here today at Alumni Field in Littleton, Massachusetts, to give you this primetime matchup between your Littleton Tigers and the visiting Leicester Wolverines. Lincoln Littleton comes into this 1-2. They just got mollywopped at home against Tingsboro, against a good Tingsboro team. Leicester comes into this 2-1 on the other side of the spectrum. Link, as Leicester kicks the ball off here, a little dribbler, right center of the field. Taken up there to about the 36-yard line. Link, if we take a look here at the last first three games of the season, both these teams have played. Taking a look at Leicester's schedule against Quabbin, pretty good win there, 20-6. They come in with a little momentum, and then as I briefly mentioned before, Link, Littleton on the other side, coming off a 36-0 little dipperoo against the Tingsboro Tigers, Link, and you know, it's going to be good to see how the Tigers come out and how they, rebound against a game like that. And Link, with all those things to be said, what's the key to the games?
Hey, man, brother. I mean, Ben, to be honest with you, when I thought about this game on my lunch break, and I thought back to the Tingsboro game, mollywop. You know, that's what came to my mind. And then now you take the words right out of my mouth. Keys to the game was simple, Ben. I'm going to change it up a little bit this week. You can't turn the ball over, and you can't have foolish penalties.
Yep.
And you have to establish the run game.
Yep.
Maintain the line of scrimmage. This Tiger team is hurting. They're bleeding out, and they got to lick their wounds here. And just as we say that 2x2 look, quarterback option up the gut for about a yard, and that's going to be 3rd and 8.
You know, Link, I think that's spot on. I think you got to be more disciplined. You got to get rid of those penalties. You got to get rid of those offsides, those false starts, holdings, and what have you. and also, you got to be tough up front.
Absolutely.
They got to establish a presence up front. And the other way you're going to do that is by running the ball and playing good defensively on the other side of things. So we'll see what the Tigers have here as they line up in their first drive of the game. First play wasn't really too exciting.
Swallowed up.
He gets
about 4 or 5 guys on him, and that'll bring out the punt unit. I mean, Ben, if you're the Tigers, when you look at your schedule when it comes out at the beginning of the year, you know, and you look at some of these teams, this team is one of the teams that you're saying, yeah, we got to beat that team. You know,
right?
You look at Tingsboro, and realistically, you know, the way this team is right now, it's, you know, that's a tall ask to go up toe-to-toe with a team like Tingsboro.
You do.
But coming off Tingsboro, playing, you know, Leicester, you gotta find a way to get a win against this team. I mean, especially if you even want a glimpse of playoffs. Line drive punt, nice running catch. In return, gets popped about the 47-yard line. Not quite into Tiger territory. Ben, I think it brings it to a great time. I've got a full belly myself, so I'll let you do the talking.
Tonight's game sponsor, ladies and gents, the famous DeNapoli's Pizzeria. 978-486-8050. Get yourself a pie, salad, whatever you want. They got a lot of stuff. Pasta over there even. Scan that QR code. Order yourself something good, and it'll be here by halftime. Back to the game, ladies and gents. Leicester's first drive. Little rollout pass, and he has an open receiver.
Nice catch. Makes a man miss, but tackled.
Right about the 35. Good little play there.
I think Fitzgerald getting him from behind.
You know, we talked about Link. How's Littleton going to start this game? And, you know, something that we haven't discussed was that play. 3rd and 9. What do they do, Link? They run it right up the middle, dude.
They did what they did the first 2 plays, and that's got stuffed.
3rd and 9, you're running it right up the middle. I mean, holy smokes. Maybe a little bit more creativity in the future could do you well, but who am I to say? Maybe pass the ball?
You're running these RPOs, and it just, that looks
little room on the edge.
Eventually tackled down at about the 30.
Yeah, Link, tackled down is right, but it's a little too late. Too late there after a gain of about 7 yards. And Link, it's a little steamy in here. I see you're taking off the flannel.
Yeah, I'm ditching the flannel myself.
About that time in the
night. Watching these guys hit people, Ben, it really gets me going a little bit. Had to cool down.
Yeah.
Let me take you back to the last time I got a little too hot over at Air Shirley last year for the Thanksgiving game.
You got hot and you never cooled down.
Oh, my mama. Got food poisoning, was going through it up in the booth. Fortunately, we called in Mark Corey to finish up the game for me so I could fight for my life in the stands. But anyways, that's a story for another day. Now we've got 3rd and 3. This is gut check time. You got to think it's 4 down territory here.
Now, like, everybody gets fresh air every once in a while, but when fresh air lasts 10, 15 minutes, I mean, that's how you know somebody's going through it. And food poisoning was the verdict.
And they're going to go pitch. Off to the right. Good out in speed. Oh, almost got him. Cuts it back. Oh, wow, that is a good runner. And he's going to get the first down. Extra 5 yards. That looks like the bell cow back for Leicester. Who that is, I don't... Leicester. Excuse me. It looks like that is Kinsumba Jeremiah.
Yeah, Link, good second effort there by the runner. Looked like he was down and then just muscled another 4 yards out of it. You got to hand it to him there. Promising drive here for Leicester to start.
And going to go off power left. Nice stick.
You know, Link, I want to talk about the pink. I want to talk about the pink accessories, Link, and I want to ask you, back in the day, October comes around, it's breast cancer awareness, so that's why they're wearing the pink, ladies and gents. This time of year comes around, Link, were you a pinky yourself?
So I was. I didn't do the socks. I didn't do the gloves. I had a little towel that was pink. And then I did the pink eye black. Okay, so I was flashing it a little bit.
Just a little bit.
It's a good cause, you know. Up the middle.
Right at the gut, he waltzes in.
D.
He waltzes in to the end zone.
Kinsumba Jeremiah. Get used to saying his name, Benny. I have a feeling we're going to be saying that tonight.
You know, Lincoln, ladies and gents, I know it's really early. I know it's really early in this game as Lincoln breaks out a chair.
It is early, but in a much more real sense.
I know it's early, ladies and gents. I don't know, Littleton's only had the ball once, but you're starting to get this feeling. If Littleton on the defensive side of the ball can't come out and stop this run, it might be a long night.
Benjamin Hageloo went after is good.
Field goal kicker put it right into the softball field.
And that's something you got to keep an eye on. Like that might be the first extra point I've seen so far this year.
Yeah.
Get a kid with a little leg on him. You see what happens. Maybe that plays a factor for Leicester coming down the line here. But so far they're up 7-0. So we're going to have to see how this one ends up, ladies and gents. And the only way you're going to do that is if you just stick around on LCTV here. Live in the flesh.
Maybe a quick shout out to our folks down under, mate. In Brisbane, Australia. It's probably about lunchtime Saturday there. I'm not too sure.
Yeah. Number 18,
Lennox Plummer, man. He might be a plumber because he can plug a hole, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, a little miscommunication, but it looks like the Tigers will get bailed out. Ben, that's why, Michael Lynn has said it before, I don't like having two back guys because of reasons like that. You need to have one guy in the back and then 10 yards forward, have them two guys. You need that guy in the middle that's just calling the shots. Those are your Josh Crosswhites. Those are your Leo Gibbons. Those are your Ben Stormlers. You need a guy back there that's just a smart dude with the ball. You need your Mark Crorys. You know, you need your Damon of Betts. You need those guys back there holding it down.
All right, Link. So first drive for Littleton. There was no spark, so let's see if they can get a fire going.
You know, Ben, like I always say, when I'm struggling, I run it up the middle against guys that are 10 times bigger than me.
And at least this time, they get 5 out of it.
Franco with the keeper.
It's a good little play there to start, you know. 5-yard run, it's, you know, it's not sparkly, it ain't too pretty, but you'd be taking 5 yards on every run, let me tell you.
What am I looking at? And that would be the Tigers coaching staff. Justin Leonard, Michael Sullivan, Christian Pallett, Timothy Tran. And they're going to test their luck up the middle again. I think I'm going to start a little tally now. That's 6 times in a row. And now it's 3rd and 4, and what feels like I have to have it, Ben.
We're going to get Roger on the stop. This will be 3rd down and 4.
Well, ladies and gents, it sure is a beautiful night for football.
Amen to that, Ben. And they're going to go drop back pass, quick hitter.
In the flat.
And just, oh my mama. Oh my God. You know, Ben, hits like that.
It's going to bring up 4th down.
You know, Ben, you take a licking like that, and you have a concussion. It's just whether or not you want to stay out there or not. You know? And that's a toughness check. Are you going to, you know, we go back to when it happened to Will Allen. He decided he wanted to take 2 weeks vacation and you know, to take off the next 2 plays.
He decided, hey, 2 games or homework. And I'm going less homework.
Yeah, and you know, I take it back to myself. But Ben, let's take a quick look at the other fall sports so far going. Boys cross country, they're hot 4-0. Girls cross country, a little slower, 1-3. Boys varsity soccer, 4-3-2.
2 ties, interesting.
That's the sport of soccer, baby. They love ties. Varsity golf, 8-5. Girls varsity field hockey, they're turning it around a little bit. They got the first couple wins. They're only 2-9 now. So
those first 2 are the hardest.
That's what I always say. Now, we've been saying it. We sound like a broken record. Girls varsity soccer, it's the program to be in the fall, led by Mrs. Goff. Ben, you remember her.
Oh, yeah. Mrs. Goff, I mean, you know, like back in the day, she sure knew the mathematical equations.
For sure. You know,
and it seems to be working on the pitch.
All right, 4th and 1, and what feels like have to have it. If I had to guess, they're probably going to run up the middle. The linebackers are coming, though, so you better get rid of it. Quarterback keeper, power to the right. Looks like he might fall forward. And he's got it in about 2 extra.
Nice. Big play right there, Link. You knew they were going to run it one way or the other, and when the running back didn't get it, hey, you figured the quarterback, Branco. At least I think it's Branco. They tend to change it around every once in a while, and yeah, I think that's Branco, right, Link?
Yeah. Yep.
Well, he surges ahead for about 3 yards when they needed 1.5, so good job there by the Tigers. You got to hand it to him. Now let's, you know, see them throw the ball for once. And here we go, and maybe that's why you don't want to see him throw the ball.
Another quick hitter from Branco falls incomplete. Now, Ben, the Tigers, they're in a little bit of a tough spot here. They don't have a lot of guys, you know. No. While they do have 22, 23 guys on the team, they don't have a lot of, you know, guys.
They don't have a lot of guys, Link, and you know that you know, it leads me into a discussion that will come up again, and it's the Red Sox game last night. And when you're looking for the guy to come up to the plate, you know, there's just simply no Red Sox player on the roster that's the guy that you want to have up at a certain time. And eventually it just comes to bite you, and that's kind of what happened this past series against the Yankees, Lincoln.
Absolutely, Ben, and very similar to how this team is. They don't really have somebody that can run the helm, so what do? They bring in their best athlete in Branco, I mean, he's not really a true quarterback, and you kind of see that with his throwing mechanics. I think he's got the game down mentally, but
For sure.
he just can't throw the ball. And I'm the same way. I can't throw a ball, 5-10 feet.
Yeah. I also will say, Link, he's never really truly looked comfortable in this offense. He just never has had too much time to throw.
And
they got to get him more time back there, and especially if you're not a traditional quarterback, you haven't been playing that position for years on end. You need time to develop back there, and it's just he hasn't been getting that. He's in a tough spot. We all know how great of an athlete he is.
Wow, they're going for it.
4th and about 4, Ben, and that's going to bring Christian Pallett, see what he can draw up on offense for the Tigers. They're going to go for it. Maybe see if he can get the other team to go jump. And no, they're going to go for it. Going to go for the quick hitter again. You can only run that play so many times before it's not going to work. Oh, and he's going to be short
by a yard. Lincoln, it's just...
It's funny, Ben. The line judge on our side was a lot farther down than the guy on the other side. But they're going to split the difference, and now it's going to be turnover. Let's take a quick look. I'm gonna check the replay on it. It is close.
Yeah, I think it is short.
For those of you at home who can't see the floor of the booth here, I did just put my chair down on Ben's foot.
Big toe. And not the good one.
So if he's a little quiet in the second half, now you know why. He was stumbling around back there like a jerk sale. Oh, and that's a 10-yard whack. Jeremiah Kasumba, number 2, brothers with Joshua Kasumba.
Link, you got to hand it to these cheerleaders, man. They've always come out to play. And tonight they got... I was wondering what the purple was all about, but I have to assume it's just pink, and maybe they didn't have pink pom-poms to go.
Yeah, it's possible.
Because why else would you go purple, you know what I mean? Unless they're trying to switch things up. But anyway, that's nor here nor there. Here nor there?
That's here nor there.
It's here nor there. And what's here is... Leicester, and they're running this ball down Littleton's throat currently. Yeah, he's chugging, and there he goes, and no one's touching him, and there he goes. Well, Link, I hope that kid has good plans tonight, because that was a nice run up the middle.
Yeah, I'm sure they've got something good. It's a beautiful Friday night. Maybe they'll head into a bar in Worcester or something. I'm pretty sure Leicester's down by Worcester.
Yeah.
In that neck of the woods. The high school kids they're probably not doing anything that crazy, but...
No.
If they're anything like Tingsboro, they might be in Lowell.
Yeah, when you see TJ Bradford and Lowell, you know he's had a good game.
Yeah, man. That is good stuff.
Hey, if you're looking for a good time tonight.
Hey, but if you want to take this one tonight and you got kids around, Ben, you know where I'm going? Probably going to go there after this. That's to Napoli. They're tonight's game sponsor. 978-486-8050. Scan the QR code. Boop. Click it up, order it, and get it there by the second half, guys. Stop messing around. Let's go. Got to order it stuff. It's good pie, Ben. If you like saucy pie, this is the pie to get. But if you don't like it too saucy, this is also good because it's not that saucy.
No. Lincoln, tell me about the crust.
Then if you're the type of guy that likes a big old crust on it, this is the pie for you. But if you like something maybe a little
thin
cruster and a little bitier, this is kind of right in that area too. So, it's the best pie you can get around. I wouldn't BS you guys on this. This is good pie to Napoli. Over by Kimball's. Go check it out. Order now. Alrighty, let's see what the Tigers got in them, Ben. Huh? What do you say? Find a hole.
Hole there. Go.
Alrighty, the Tigers coming out at the 34-yard line.
Tackle made by
I've heard through the grapevine, Link.
the Tigers.
To Napoli's. Great desserts, too. You think of them as pizza pie. Well, go get yourself a whoopie pie.
Oh,
Because they can do those type of pies good, too, so I've heard.
Okay.
So maybe rewind a little bit, scan that QR code, and tell them Mark Crory sent you.
LCTV and the kids in the booth. You know, Ben, it's games like this that make me want to take up the coaching profession. Because I cannot stand to watch these kids run up the gut again.
You know, Link, there's only so many times you can run up the middle. And there's only so many times you can hit a quick hitter in the flat and expect the receiver to take it up 10 yards. And, you know, at one point do you say, hey, you know what? Let's change things up a little bit.
Let's throw a quick hitter on the outside. It's basically like we have run up the middle and quick hitter. And maybe quarterback keeper if you're lucky.
You know, I'll tell you what, Link.
And as I say
They'll
that,
give you an
they're
end
going to throw a
around
jet
if you're
sweep
lucky
in.
every once in a while.
Oh, cuts it back, little spin move.
You know, Link, this number 7, they put him at a quarterback last week, and he had a couple of good throws down the field.
Yeah, Ben.
Last week.
That's just in case. He listed as 5'10", 170, and he's all that.
Oh, he is all of that. Let me tell you.
You know, Ben, back in the day when I used to list my height and weight, I'd always be about 40 pounds less and about 3 inches less. That way, when I lined up against the guy who was playing, he'd say, holy heck, who is this guy? And they're going to go quarterback keeper here, so it looks like they're just cycling through the plays back again.
It's like on Madden, you get into the recent play tab, and you just forget you're there.
you're almost just stuck, you know?
End of the quarter is what that's going to bring us to.
After the first.
So let's...
nothing. Ben, take me through what's coming up, would you?
Yeah, let's go through what's coming up, Lincoln. So, ladies and gents, today we're at home versus Leicester. Next week we're going to be at David Prouty. We will not be covering that. LCTV will not be there.
Thank God I don't even know where David Prouty is.
Me either. But then we're against Murdoch, Lincoln. You have to think, hey, that's one of the cupcakes on the schedule. That's your red velvet.
Except, Ben,
they're
2-1 right now.
Your red velvet's 2-1. That's the only problem. And then you go up against Gardner. That should be a good game, pretty evenly matched. They're 1-2 right now, and then we're going to move on. We're going to be at Lunenburg, and I believe LCTV is going to be covering that game, so we'll be there for you guys, ladies and gents, and then we'll finish it off with your classic Thanksgiving Bowl versus Aaron. That's going to be here on the turf at Alumni Field, Lincoln.
Is that Thanksgiving or Thanksgiving Eve?
Weather permitting, it'll be Thanksgiving.
Weather permitting, Thanksgiving.
Okay.
We'd love to see that. Except for Ben will be God knows where.
We'll see. We'll see where I am. We'll see if there's anything that happens.
He'll be getting a tan down in New York somewhere. In New York,
yeah, Link, I mean,
where dreams are made of.
Resulted in the end of the second quarter. Tigers for 4th down and 4 goals from only 39 yards.
All right. 4th and 5. Ben have to have it, and they're going to punt it. And it's probably going to be returned to about the part where they just punted it from.
Oh, boy. You know, and Branko will tell you that wasn't his best. That wasn't his best, and he'll be the first to tell you that. And, you know, I believe that might have been a punt of, 7 yards, Link? Something like that, 8 yards?
Yeah.
Maybe 10. Maybe 10 on a good day.
You have to think that Coach Leonard is just losing his mind.
You know, that's what you like to think, Lincoln, but we'll see. We'll see how they come out, how they attack this drive right now, and the plays they decide to call.
Looks like they're going to go trips to the top. Duo to the bottom. Just a solo motion man. And jet sweep it is. A little bit of buck sweep action. Cuts it back up. Ball's out!
I think Littleton got on it,
Littleton
Lincoln.
has it.
Fumble on the play. Yes.
No.
Wow, that is big.
Exactly what the
Like
Tigers
I was
needed
telling you,
in
Ben,
this
that's why you
situation.
punt the ball. You play the analytics, the football gods will take care of you.
Exactly what the Tigers needed in this situation, Link. I mean, they were just reeling for a little breathing room. That was a good run there, too, by Leicester, but ends up punching the ball out. And here we go. Littleton has the ball. Looking like they got a little momentum going their way. Let's see what they can do. Down 14-0. I wonder, Link, if they run this one up the middle or decide to do something different for once. We'll see.
Alrighty. They got a fullback there. And 2-by-1. And then they go quarterback keeper to the right. Cuts it back up. That ball's out.
I think they got it back, though.
Oh, no. I think
wow.
Littleton had it first, and then he took it out.
Really? Good little call there by the...
That is
Nice
definitely a
strikes.
house call. Home call. Home field call.
I mean, that's a tough one to make.
I do, honestly, Ben, I do think that's the right call. That's a heck of a call by the referee.
I did
'Cause
see...
he was down.
I did see Yellow jump on it first, Lincoln, but what happens after that in the scrum is hard to see.
Yeah.
Looks like Thomas Hohenshell's getting checked up on the sideline. Appears a little gimpy, so we're going to have to keep an eye on that. As we know, he's been playing a lot of snaps at running back.
Quick hitter. Oh, that's a suicide pass.
Just nothing going there. They try to swing the ball out to...
All right, so we did quarterback keeper. That was a fumble. We did quick hitter. That was our kid almost got his head taken off. So I think you go back to running up the middle here at 3rd and 10.
That's what they did the first drive, Lincoln.
Yeah, but if I
we'll
was
see
the
if there's
defensive coordinator on Leicester, they'd think I'm a genius. They'd probably want to put me in the NFL at this point. Franco's telling me, hey, buddy, could you give me a little extra protection here so I don't run for my life right away?
Oh, they do end up ending it off. Man, that's just swallowed, Lincoln. Just
3rd and
swallowed.
10. They're going to run it off tackle. And it looks like Evan Fitzgerald is not too happy. Now, you have to remember, Ben, some of these guys, Evan Fitzgerald, you got Branco. This team was competitive last year. They were a couple very close games away from it making the playoffs. They had one game where they had 3 downs to get it in from the 1-yard line, couldn't get it in. They had another game they lost by a last-minute touchdown. The team was very close to making the playoffs. And there was a couple guys on this squad that were a part of that. So to now go to this team that's just getting skunk-a-rooed, that can be frustrating. Oh, open field tackle by the big boy. That's Cormier, Ben, and he shows that athletic speed. I believe he had the fumble recovery earlier too.
Yeah, Lincoln, I believe that's right. And what I do have to say is, Link, I know we don't have a lot of players on this team, not a lot of talent to choose from, but whoever's calling plays right now needs to step it up. I'm just going to be honest, because this is not going to cut it. Like, even if you have a team that doesn't know the playbook, you can't just run it every down. Like, no one wants to watch it. They got to switch some things up, man. And I don't know if that's a personnel change or a coaching change, but it's just not going to cut it right now, if I'm being completely honest, Lincoln.
And that was Justin Casey on the tackle. Well, forced out of bounds, and not sure who the quarterback was, but on that run, but he made him pay the price for it. I will say that this Tiger defense they've made some plays when they've had to. They by Michael Sullivan.
Yeah, they've made some plays. They made some plays. Another run here for Leicester right at the middle. He's got room and he's going right side. He's going to have enough to move the chains here. Maybe Link. It's a gain of about 13 yards.
So, Ben, they just ran it up the middle again. They got 13 yards. Okay. You think they're going to go back and try to run it up the middle again, even though they just got 13 yards?
I mean, if I were the coach, yeah, I'd probably go back to the well there. I mean, maybe you throw a screen, you know. You get all those defensive linemen coming upfield expecting the run, then you just pop a little screen on them. But
they're getting a little bit of pass rush here, the Tigers' defensive line. They're doing a good job. I don't know. This could be a screen pass here, Ben. Motion man, probably not.
There we go.
Oh, and just as I say, the pass rush. That's big old Josh West.
And about a loss of about 2 or 3 yards.
You don't see the number 52 around a lot. I don't even think anybody was 52 back in the day.
Loss of 2 yards. Second down.
Connor Lyons.
Okay. I didn't have the privilege of playing with him, so it explains why I don't know it.
I had the privilege of watching the game from the bench with him. Nice guy.
Oh, fake handoff, quick. Nice, that's a nice play design.
Yeah, it is. It is, and he's chug-a-lug-lugging for 11, 12, 13 more yards.
Gavin Forget, the senior for Leicester, just put, I'm not sure who it was, but one of the Tigers just into the turf and flexed on him, Ben. And then he flexed on his bench and got them riled up, too.
You know, and what I will say is you're looking across the field at Leicester here. I mean, their sideline has a lot more players on it than Littleton, for sure. And this is a common theme we've been noticing.
I think that's one of the Littleton's biggest problem, you know, along with play calling.
You know, Link, you were mentioning it last year, you know, last game. You were saying, you know, how much of it is the guys on the field or how many guys you can have on the team. And, you know, you were saying, you know, we got to get some more players in this program. And we also talked about the loss of a couple of sought-after coaches in this league, and Mike Lynn, who's been, you know, doing this for the greater half of 20 years, and you think once you lose a guy like that, you lose a little identity of the program, and less kids start to play. So, you know, we'll see what happens in the future with this Littleton program, but you'd like to see some more guys playing. You really would, at least compared to what it used to be. Well, Link, we just above 7 minutes to go here in the first half. 20-0 Leicester, and if you're Littleton, you're thinking, hey, we got to get points on this drive. You know, this is a drive where we got to get points if we want to have a chance to win this thing.
You know, Ben, we were saying that last week, and then we get on the 10-yard line, and we have a minute left, and we don't even use the timeout. One thing I would note, Ben, Littleton has 3 8th graders on the team. I mean, I don't remember that happening.
No. Well, Link, we mentioned in the past the class of 2030 and how it seemed to be such an absurd number, but that's because these kids, class of 2030, are in 8th grade, and you got a few of them. And a couple of these names I recognize, like Cole McCaddy.
I mean, these aren't guys filling water bottles. These are guys getting reps.
Yeah, and you just have to think, man. In a team that used to have a full varsity squad, a full JV squad, and now you're scrumming 8th graders to full varsity, and that's not good. Yep.
What a play.
They do. They do a little squib kick, Lincoln, and it ends up being a onside kick. I honestly can't remember who for Littleton was attempting to field the ball, but doesn't end up being a great result, obviously. And
I believe that was Matthew Gray, number 50, came off a little banged up.
And well, and that, you know, that sets up great field position for Leicester at the Tigers' 35-yard line.
You know, I think the defensive line.
Isaac Anderson.
Oh, here we go. We got a little bit of extracurriculars. And that's that frustration out of Evan Fitzgerald. He ripped off one guy's helmet, I believe. So he might be gone. He might be done for the day. Let's see what the officials conclude. I would think it would be offsetting penalties because they both seem to get it. The only question is, are they going to throw out Fitzgerald or not? I don't know how bad it was. I mean,
quite the discussion going on here.
There was a player on Leicester that did get his helmet, whether that was taken off by Fitzy or not. Fitzy's tempers remind me a little bit of Ben. Who was it?
Teddy Hunt?
Not Teddy. Brookie.
Nicholas Brooks.
Nick Brooks, man. Man, that kid was fun to watch, but he did have a temper, man. And those are what those guys you need. You need those guys with a little bit of edge. Reminds me, you know, those Josh Crosswhites. You know, they'd pick... All right, here we go. Personal foul on the defense. Offsetting. And now it'll be 2nd and 10. Or is that automatic first down? I don't remember. Leicester coaches pleading their case. What the heck? The guy just ripped the guy's helmet off my guy's face and now it's offsetting?
Long discussion, Lincoln. Long discussion.
You know, Ben, there's certain times...
In a make-or-break moment in this game, you know, you got to get it right. And that's what they're trying to do right now.
There's certain times you got to have your teammates back, and there's certain times you don't. And when you're up 20 and you're about to put the game away, you don't, and your teammate just got put into the ground. You don't.
And when a kid like Lincoln Palmer gets knocked out, and a kid like Wyatt Kopp comes over to try to clear things up, you know, Wyatt Kopp comes over on his high horse, thinking he's the man of the hour.
And
he ends up costing the team.
You know, that's just one of those plays, Ben, that'll overlive in my mind. And this is a similar.
What you remember the play will remember. The half you forgot. Because you were sprawled on the ground.
What I see from video, the part that I can see.
I mean, holy smokes here. Let's get the game going.
They're lining up. We still have 3 officials together, one talking to the coach. And it is first down. It is automatic first. So offsetting penalties, I mean, it kind of does.
You know, but it's nice to see Coach Leonard argue something for once. You know what I mean?
He's probably just saying, hey, I'm okay with this, but I'm going to run it up the middle. Can you give me a little something on that?
Yeah.
Oh, and I think Cinco might be done for the day. The way he's walking to the bench. Oh, and he spikes the water to the ground.
That's just not a good look.
I don't want any water. Why are you giving me that 51?
That's not a good look, and let's hope the LCTV cameras didn't catch that on.
Yeah, that's last thing we'd want to do is have seen that. And now poor old Connor Hawthorne has to go fill up the water bottle.
Good little gang tackling by the Tigers.
I mean, this is a teammate right
Second
here.
down.
Hawthorne. He's no shoulder pads on, maybe dealing with an injury or something. He runs over with the water. It gets spiked in his face. What does he do? He picks it up, and he goes and fills it up. That's a good sportsmanship. That's a good teammate is Hawthorne. He goes and fills it up for the next guy that needs it. That's a good dude.
Is that 5'1"?
That's 5'1", Ben. It's something with the number.
You know, you got to be a special guy to wear 5'1". You got to hand it to Hawthorne. Getting a crutch, too, for his teammate.
Let's hope that doesn't get spiked.
Or the personal trainer. Oh, nope, the coach. Never mind.
All right. Man in motion. They're going to run it across here. He's going to look to turn the corner. Nice tackle there. That's Matthew Gray, who fumbled the onside kick, but he makes up for it with a nice tackle there. 4th and 7, Ben, what feels like I mean, the Tigers are in this game, dude. They're going to stop here. They go punch it in. They're chasing 13.
Now, does Leicester, do they punt this ball, or they come out, they try to deliver the knockout blow?
You knock it out, Ben. Here's why. I mean, what are they going to do? Punt it through the end zone, and they'll take it back at the 20? It's a net 10 punt, Ben.
Well, you know, if you got a guy that can get in the coffin corner,
and
then you could do that. But I mean, yeah, Link. I mean, you might as well keep the offense out there. You've been throating this thing so far, and it's been working. So,
I mean, Ben, they're milking the clock. The clock's running. We're down to 5 minutes. One thing to know: Hohenschell's getting a little work on. It looks like might be his shoulder. Uh-oh.
Yeah.
I'm fearing that they're cutting that jersey. I hope Mike Lynn doesn't see that. And they're going to go roll out right here. Oh, bootleg. Nice pitch and catch. He might be out of bounds.
I think he is. He's down at about the 3.
They're going to give it to him. Wind the clock.
At the 5. And that's a killer.
Big time play, Ben. They go play action, bootleg right. Get him out in space. To be honest with you, I think he might have been out of bounds, but whatever. We'll assume the side judge was paying attention.
Thomas Hohenschell, looks like he's getting some personal work here, I think. I mean, wasn't that his mother who was right by?
Yeah, that was Mrs. Hohenschell. She was.
You have to wonder what's going on there.
She was on the radio. It almost looks like they're taping up his wrist or something. Or cutting off.
She doesn't have too concerned a look on her face, so nothing too serious. Oh, but she is taking the helmet.
And it looks like his day might be over. Puts the old mama squash on it.
Well, mama takes your helmet, mama ain't giving it back.
Short gain on the play. Second down.
Last time my mom took my helmet, I fell off a bike about maybe 15 years ago, and safe to say I never rode a bike without her supervision again. I haven't been right since, Link.
All righty here. 2nd and 4. 2 by 2. And that's going to be a good old number 3. Touchdown for Kanzumba Jeremiah. His 3rd of the day. He's in a pretty good fantasy day, Ben.
Yeah. I could sure use him in my flex right now, considering Ramondre Stevenson is covering that duty right now. Not ideal. They are going to come out for the extra point here, Link. Again?
It looks like they have...
Oh, I think he missed it left.
Hageland.
Missed the extra point left. That's something.
That could haunt them, Ben. This could be one of those plays that we look back on in the 3rd and 4th quarter. I'll tell you, if you ask me, it's a matter of time.
Like, let's go to our sponsor one more time before the half,
yeah,
right?
Sure, I wasn't saying anything.
Tonight's game sponsor, D. Napoli. Give them a call, 978-486-8050, or even simpler. Scan that QR code, order yourself a pie, and it'll be here by halftime. Maybe not. Maybe by the end of halftime. Maybe start of the third. But they're pretty quick over there regardless, so get yourself a pie. Great sauce, great cheese, great crust.
Ben, I have received a couple texts now. It is pronounced Leicester. I've gotten a couple texts now about my mispronunciation of Leicester. I don't know, maybe the E's silent, I don't Like Worcester, Ben, but Leicester.
Like Worcester, but Leicester, Lincoln. Another script, they go right back to the moneymaker.
If she ain't broke, baby, ain't fix her. Right back to the moneymaker. And he wasn't going to mess that up twice, I guarantee it.
Nope. Oh, he was saying what I was saying over there at third base when I heard DePietro knock on my door. Just knock it down. Just knock it down.
Looks like Mike Lynn's seen enough of this. He's going to take the gator and get the heck out of here.
Oh, wow. That's a mama escort.
Yeah, they're taping up that shoulder. I wonder if they're going to bring the ambulance in for this. And even the PT guy's going to hop a ride. Maybe the cop too, or we'll make him walk, I guess. All right, see what the Tigers got. They're going to go quick hitter again. Yeah, it's been about 2 plays since they've done that, and there's the ball. And Leicester has the ball.
What I will say is, Lincoln, you know, if you're Thomas Hohenschel if you're Mrs. Hohenschel, you better hope you can just give him a ride on home, because we all know what that ambulance costs.
Yeah, that ain't a free ride.
That ain't a free ride, and
I think Mike Little take him around the gator. Just pop on Route 2 right on down there.
I heard it has good gas mileage.
Let's just hope he's okay. You know, hopefully it's just a little stinger. I know the other day I hit my shoulder and man, it felt like my arm was about to fall off, but after about 2 hours it felt all right. Sometimes those stingers don't mess around though, you think. And they're going to go right back. He runs into his own guy.
Stuffed. It's stuffed, Link, there like a Reese's cup.
And that's
like a Reese's cup with a bunch of peanut butter in it, Link, and looks like Mark Corey has got us a nice gift, and that's a king size Reese's. You got 2 cups.
You think Corey's giving that out on trick or treat night? You got another thing coming.
No, if you want king size, you go to Whitetail Way.
But don't go to 13. You'll just be disappointed. My mom's a fun sizer all the way. And she 1, maybe 2 if you're lucky, if you catch her on a good day.
Yep. Okay. You know, Lincoln, if you want Smarties, you head on over to Crane Road. You'll be lucky if anyone answers the door over there.
Smarties, man. What are you going to give out Pez with that, too? Wolverines are going to take a timeout and think about how they want to stick this down the Tigers' throat.
You know, Lincoln, the ambulance did end up showing up, which, you know, you got to wish the best for Thomas. You do.
Yeah, absolutely.
But you know that insurance company is licking their chops.
Hopefully, like we said, it's just a stinger, and he'll be right back out here next week. I will say, Ben, it started a little slow, but the crowd did pick up.
Always a good crowd here in Littleton.
Now, you know, Ben, I feel like we've been saying that this is a make it or break it play for a while now. But
the deficit has only gotten greater since.
2nd and 5, and it's 26-0. It starts to seem like I have to have it.
The good news is, once they get over 30, we're
and Ben, Oh, that's a holding. Yeah, it's going to come back.
Nice.
They've been doing it all game, ref. Why do you think the score the way it is?
The Ariel Santiago on the carry. However, there is a flag on the play.
I think that was on the wide receiver closest to our side. At least that's what I saw.
Yeah, I saw it too.
He went and he gave it the palmer grab. And when you give it the palmer grab, you ain't letting go. Unless the whistle blows you or you get your money back. Either one.
The holding call against the Wolverines.
Link, tell the viewers why they should stay at halftime.
You know, Ben, the reason I stick around at halftime is the great show that the cheerleaders put on. I mean, they put in as much work, if not more, probably more than this football team. I mean, they are detail-oriented. They put on a great show. They got upbeat music, Ben. I mean, I know me and you were kind of dancing around in the booth.
Good music.
Stick around, watch the show, sit back, relax, and it'll be a fun time while me and Ben grab a snack.
Pizza from our great hometown sponsor, D Napoli. Go give them a call. I don't have the number, so just look it up. But go give them a call. 978-486-8050 and scan that QR code because they got the best pie in town. Now, I don't know about the best chicken parm. The best chicken parm, well, there's one gal who makes the best chicken parm. Mrs. Jess Lincoln Palmer.
And they'll get the stop there.
Well, good news, Lincoln, if they score over 30 points, the clock just keeps on running.
And Leicester will take the timeout.
Bad news is you go down 30 points, the clock keeps on running.
Kind of curious, Ben, in the stand, we have somebody wearing a Marlboro softball jacket. It's a little different. Don't generally see too many Marlboro folks up in this way.
No, you don't.
Ben, I mean, you had a pretty impressive outing flag football last Sunday. You beat a very good Bill Ricca team. What was your approach kind of playing those Cats? I know they can be a little feisty.
You know, Link, just practice.
Sure.
Just practice. You know, having that first play on that first drive that you could just go back to.
Yep.
That you just know is going to be open before the play even starts.
You know, I played with a lot of great quarterbacks, and Ben's right up there with all of them. He's kind of like Tom Brady in that he knows exactly what the defense is going to do. And I just hope next Friday I'm not biting my tongue for saying this now, as we have a big-time matchup against James Ray's receivers.
Yeah, Divas receivers.
It's a big-time matchup for us this Sunday down the turf. You know, it's a pretty good show out here, folks, if you're in the area.
And you have to wonder what's going to happen. And the only way you're going to find that out is if you head down to Alumni Field at 11 on Sunday. a.m. that is. Nothing too crazy. Lights aren't on Sunday night, 11 a.m. Should be a good game.
That being said, we got a good game here, Ben. 4th and 7, have to have it. Leicester looking to put the nail in the coffin. Roll out right. They're going to do that same stupid play to the end zone touchdown ball game.
Yeah, that's wide open. Just simply
and what did I
wide
say to the end zone touchdown ball game?
And you know, ladies and gents, if you're looking for something to do right now, head on over to the Original Brewing.
As long as you're over 21.
As long as you... All ages invited, but don't order a drink unless you're 21. But get over to the Original Brewing somewhere around Taylor Street.
It's bring your own food. So go over to Napoli, get your pie, then over to Dridwell. It's a whole clan down there. You could even get it delivered there. Watch the game there. Live music. Then head over down to Lowell. We'll all be there.
What'd you? Must have been the wind.
And Leicester kicker is good.
That's good. That's good, Lincoln. You know, if you're the Tigers, you know, you might, and the way they've been doing things, Link, I would question, hey, 30 seconds left, you know, can they try to muster out 3 points here? But the way Littleton's been doing things up until this game, they're just probably going to need this one out and take it to halftime.
Yeah.
Considering the last game we were at, they just ran the best play they had all game, and they were, you know, getting down into Tingsboro territory, and then with a minute left, they just decided, hey, you know, we're good. We got enough film. Let's just let's go to halftime. You know,
we've seen what we needed.
You know, like you've been talking a lot about Lowell. You know any good places to visit over there?
Elliot's world famous hot dogs, great hot dog stand down in Lowell. You got Arthur's Diner. It's a great breakfast joint. Got a great breakfast sandwich, Ben. If you're looking for nightlife, Ben, I think we're back to the same guy. That's just hilarious. I mean, Leicester, you know, I feel like they're a bunch of guys that I would get along with. Because what do you do when you have an onside kick and you're up 33 points? You go after the guy who just gave you the lead. But then if you're looking for nightlife, you know, you got the Blue Shamrock, always a good time. You got your smokehouses courtesy of the Kelleher's. You know, it's, you know, you walk in there, second pool table on the left, you can see Cam Mossy, a Littleton football legend. So it can be a good time down there.
Yeah, I mean, personally, I've never been, but I like to check it out one of these days.
Oh, I've never been either, but they say it's a good time. You can go over down to the pool hall over in Airbend.
Oh, shoot some billiards, maybe see Mr. Davis in the flesh. Every once in a while, I heard he's tucked in the back room.
Oh, man. I'll tell you what, Branko just almost got lit up from the blind side by a big boy, too. He was licking his chops, and that's the half. Oh, timeout Littleton. Now he uses it. He must have caught some scrutiny.
Hey, listen, you were down. Must have learned his lesson from last week. They were down even less last week and decided not to take a timeout in a much more favorable position for Littleton, but at least we're making the changes this week. You know, we're heading in the right direction.
You must have watched the broadcast, Ben. Maybe he's going to let us start calling plays.
I mean, you might as well at this point. I mean, how many times can you call HB diving with a serious look on your face?
I feel like I would just print out Madden plays and give them in the huddle and run them back.
You know, our offense, Link, I think our offense might not be bad. You know, just nobody has a route, everybody runs around. You find the open space. Link, I see a deep out to Fitzgerald, you know, and if you want to have any chance in this game, I suggest you throw it over there to number 5.
Yeah, you got to keep him engaged. You know, otherwise, it'll just be a matter of time. Drop back. Nice out. Oh, Branko, got to get rid of it. Not going to cut it.
You see, Link, that's the problem. He's just, like I mentioned earlier towards the start of this game, you know, he's never looked in rhythm. He's never looked comfortable. He's never had the time to look comfortable. And
the problem is, Ben, he's just not a quarterback, and he's not comfortable throwing the ball. So when you're not comfortable throwing the ball, what do? You use your legs. You run away. Well, anyways, folks, stick around. Check out these cheerleaders. They're going to put on a pretty good show for us, and we'll be back for the second half where I have a feeling these Tigers are going to turn it around and get fired up. So you stick around, check out the cheerleaders, and we'll be back in the second half.
At this time, we would like to introduce For the second time this year, your 2025 Tiger Cheerleaders. Great job. But now
And welcome back into Alumni Field in Littleton, Massachusetts. Ladies and gents, if you're just joining us, we got your Littleton Tigers versus the Leicester Wolverines link, and it's been a lot of Leicester Wolverines and not too much Littleton Tigers. You know, we saw Littleton, a little repetitive with the play calls. By a little bit, I mean a lot. Not too much going on there offensively or defensively for that matter, Lincoln. You saw Leicester come in and run the ball very well. Play defense really well. They pretty much had their way. So, Link, I'm just wondering, what do the Tigers need to do in this second half to turn this thing around when you're down 33 points? You're in the doldrums right now. You're down 33-0. It's gut check time. You got to do something. You got to turn this show right around. You got to turn that minivan, and you got to crank that wheel 180, get her going on 495 south, because you do not want to be going north right now, Lincoln. The only way that the Tigers are going to do that is going to be some of the keys of the game, and those are going to be presented by Lincoln.
Yeah, Ben, this is what we call an old-fashioned beatdown. As we like to say, the old belt.
The old belt.
I think if you're the Tigers here, you got to find a way to... I don't even know, Ben. It's at that point, but...
survive.
You have to maybe not run it into the teeth of the defense. Maybe not throw the quick hitter. Maybe not run the quarterback keeper.
Yep.
I feel like you need something other than... I would have loved to have been at that walkthrough, Ben, this week. Did they have something to do on Thursday that they said, you know what, guys, let's just do this quick and get out of here because, heck, I got a hot date. Because I've seen 3 plays from the offense, Ben, and it's like, and it's just, man, I can't even say it. That's how frustrated I am.
Lincoln, speaking of hot dates, get yourself a hot date over there at the Napoli Pizzeria. 978-486-8050. You and yours. You and the old ball and chain. You and the missus. Whatever you want to say. Scan that QR code. Give them a call. Get yourself a little pie. It'll be here. It'll be here before game's end. I know there'll be a running clock here in the second half, but they're quick over there, and they'll get you that pie ready to go.
All right, Ben. Tigers take the field here. 33-0. Unfortunately, they also don't start with the ball. However, believe it or not, folks, there is good news. That is the fact that the second half will be a running clock. So, with that being said, let's get ready to kick it away, Ben.
Yeah, Link. Let's get ready to kick this sucker away. Start this second half. Let's get things going. If you're yellow, I just want you to reach down. Everything you have, everything you got, bring it out right now, and we'll just simply see what they have. Make a little evaluation. Beautiful night here at Alumni. 60 degrees right on the dot. Good little kick from Branco up till about the 14, and good little return up to the 36.
All right, Ben. Over, under, 6.5 plays till Leicester scores a touchdown.
6.5. I'm going to go over.
Really?
I'm going to go over.
Really?
6 plays is a lot. They're going to just try to run this thing.
Yeah. The problem is who they're handing it off to is Jeremiah Kinsumba.
And Jeremiah wants to Kasumba that end zone, baby.
And they're going to go quarterback keeper. Oh, that's going to be a gain of about 5.
And that's 1.
Ben, I see you might be in luck because I see some new numbers. They might be bringing out second team. They still have Landon Beveridge in at the helm. Ben, seeing these students here takes me back in the day when I was a freshman and sophomore, didn't play football, but was up in the student section. Not something you necessarily experienced, but definitely brings back good memories. Me and Will Manning used to hold it down up back there. Will Allen as well. They're going to go up the middle again. And that should be good for the first.
Just barely.
Isaac Anderson on the carry.
Oh my, what a junk spot.
And they give him the Wolverine touch.
I mean, this has been all day with these refs.
Has Littleton really had a chance out of the gate with these refs, dude? Like, this would be a one-possession game if it weren't for the refs.
I believe that was play 3, Ben.
I like my bet. And you know what bet I liked, Lincoln, but didn't cash recently?
What's that, Ben?
And that was game 2 of the wild card series between your Boston Red Sox
Reed Jeffries on the top.
and the home team, New York Yankees. And I took Brian Bale 14.5 outs over pitched. He didn't. They took him out in the 3rd inning, and I don't understand why. It messed them up for the entire series as the Wolverines hand the ball off for another first.
Man. I mean, these Tigers are just getting absolutely run
Because,
over.
Link, if you allow me, I just want to talk a little bit about why do you take Bale out after 2.1 innings pitched in a game that you're already down 2.
They were saving him.
Saving him for what?
The next game, Ben.
He didn't come in next game.
He wasn't ready. All right? Sometimes you're ready for the moment, sometimes you're not. You know who's ready for the moment? Jeremiah Consumba. I'll tell you one thing, and that is Yarel Santiago.
Santiago with the carry.
He runs hard, and man, he will put his face mask in your nose.
He'll grill you. He'll grill you like a hot dog on the 4th of July. Little grill marks, flip that sucker over, put some grill marks on the other side, and get that sucker ready for some mustard and some relish on a little Coney Island bun.
I think it's the first time I saw him this season, seeing from the other team.
And then I might have had a play.
How many plays was that? That's 7. That's number 7.
And Ben cashes the over. I mean, what a great call by Ben.
Was that number 7?
I mean,
We'll have to go back and look.
say what you want, Ben. You've made the best call out of anyone else on this sideline today.
Big hole, good blocking up front there by Leicester on the run.
That's a big old hole, Benny.
And he waltzes in there like
See if he can hit Judy Leeds carry.
a waltzer doing the waltz. Kick is up. Kick is good.
Magnum's kick is good.
Special guest.
And now in the booth we have with us special guest John Kazanjian, a local legend in Littleton. He's making some noise down in flag football. John, you want to say what's up?
What's up, everybody? Just saying hi, stopping in, seeing these two gentlemen, and catching a Littleton game tonight.
John, thanks for coming in. Thanks for stopping to say what's up. We're looking forward to seeing you this Sunday down at the flag football. Kaz, unfortunately, will not be there, but the game of the year, Divas Receivers and your all-around Tigers, is a big-time matchup.
It is. And, you got to appreciate Kaz coming in here and watching what's left of the game, sticking it out for his hometown. And there he goes.
Who wouldn't want to come up to the booth, and that's where the cool people are. So.
Judy, by chance, can you see with the camera the kids playing on the softball field? Maybe we'll give them a quick flash, a quick highlight. As we pan over. And check this out, folks. This is pretty cool. I know, Ben, me and you remember playing back over there, but look at the kids coming out having a good time.
That's awesome. Wow, Pink has a cannon.
Oh, my God. Get him on the field.
That's a dad. What's he doing?
That's got to be a grown man, right?
Run.
But, I mean, Ben, I know we had
Run
plenty
by
of fun
White
over
Shirt.
there. That's
Best
a good
play by
time.
Littleton all day.
But now then,
And back to the game.
back to the action.
Oh, man.
Tigers, their own 35 yard line.
That was a quick second call, third quarter.
I will say, folks, while this program might be struggling to get some traction, the future is bright. I have had the privilege to see a couple flag football games of the youth.
Oh.
There are some players there, man. There's some kids down there. They've got some attitude. They've got some spunk. They can make some plays. So if they just stick with it, they get numbers down there. If they can stick with it and not switch over to soccer and your field hockeys and your cross countries, there could be a future to this program, and I think it runs through them. I think it runs through field hockey. I think a lot of people got away from football when all that concussion rah-rah was going on. Oh, takes a shot. Oh! And incomplete.
You know, Lincoln, you've just reminded me of that night where we sat and stood, for that matter, in these exact spots calling those youth flag football games. And I don't know if you remember what transpired that night.
I remember coming into the flag football game with plans better than you could imagine and walking away with no plans at all. But we still won. Oh, that wasn't Cat. That was yeah, that was not Cat.
That was the blue collar.
Shot
That
collar.
was the plumber.
Shot collar, baby. All right.
That was the plumber. Plumber good with pipes, you know?
3rd and 8.
But I did meet the furry feline that
The
day.
Cat. Yes. She was a very nice lady.
For 3 weeks. And then the niceness went down. In the iPhone.
3rd and 8. And swallowed up for a loss of 2.
Swallowed. Just swallowed. Just swallowed.
4th and 7, Ben. Again, that was a run up the middle. Now, we did see that nice play up the
Yeah.
sideline. That was cool, kind of see it.
That was
they're
a
gonna
little
punt
exciting.
it, Ben.
It had
They're going to
potential.
punt it. You know, Ben, I'm a big fan of punting the ball. I really am. But 4th and 5, when you're chasing 40, is not high on my
You
list of
haven't
times to
sniffed
punt.
the end zone. I mean, you haven't. To say you haven't scored points is an understatement. You haven't sniffed it.
I don't think they've been over the 50. Oh my God,
Oh,
it's
boy.
blocked.
Well, you should have went for it. Poor Casey.
And it looks like that punt's going to be about a net -1, give or take. Well, Ben, it just goes back to, do we punt the ball or do we go for it? I said to go for it. Obviously, Coach Leonard said to punt.
and you see what happened.
And hindsight's 2020.
You know, like, there's one thing you got to question, and that's the win that Littleton has against St. Paul.
Yeah.
I mean, what you got to
I think that's
what's
a Worcester team as well.
They're a Worcester team, and
I think must be one of the art schools or something.
might be Helen Keller's school.
And into the shotgun, hands it up the middle.
And 2 yards. Got a little gang tackle there by the Tigers. It's going to bring up 2nd and about 8. And about 2 minutes to go here as we get down here. You know, I'll tell you what, one thing about 40 to zip is you do get that clock running down.
Yeah, minute 50 to go here. And they're going to go quarterback keeper. This is the second team. Oh, swallowed up. Get him. turns the corner a little bit, but swallowed down.
I was going to say, since when is the quarterback number 40?
Yeah, looks like they brought the second team in here, get them some reps.
Water with the carry. Forced out of bounds by Josh West. Brings up a third down.
It's going to bring up 3rd and 8. So maybe the Tigers can get a stop here. Although this might be 4th down territory for Leicester's second team. I don't know if they want to practice any more plays right now or punt the ball away. We'll see. We'll see if they don't get it, what they intend on doing. Under a minute to go.
Nice run and a cutback. Oh, he's going to get the first down.
Wow. He's damn near it. Let's see if they get the Wolverine wonder.
Reed Jeffries, Matthew Gray on the stop.
Maybe just short.
It's a 4th down and 1.
4th and... Oh,
No.
they're going to... Oh, 4th and 1.
Why were they... He's signaling the chains. Yeah.
And that's the end of the quarter, so they're going to go...
And they got number 1. I think he did end up getting the first down. They got number 1 up on the down marker. Chains have already been moved. I think they did end up getting the first down on that as we head into the 4th quarter. And I just want to get back into it, Link. You got to keep Brian Bayo in that game. 28 pitches, 2.1 innings pitched. You can't take him out in the 3rd inning. Because you know what happens is you waste your you're already down 2-0. You waste your bullpen.
Why did they spell Bella?
And you're just dead to rights at that point. You can start a rookie all you want, as good as the kid is, and you got to tip your cap to him. That's just not going to cut it with the season on the line.
The other guy was a rookie, Ben, and he cut it.
Other guy was a rookie, but he got 4 runs for
Actually,
a little,
wasn't that a Massachusetts kid?
Yeah.
Where's he from?
I believe Cohasset.
Wow. He probably played on that team that
Skippers.
gave the old whooping to Littleton back in the day.
Yeah, I believe that was
Actually, he's probably younger than
the
that.
2014 special.
He's probably younger than that.
Yeah.
He'd be
I
30.
think he's 24.
Wow.
His name was Schlittler, ladies and gents, with an L. Cam, to be exact. Yeah, pitched a heck of a game, Link. Throwing 100 miles an hour through 7. I mean,
You know, that's
really argue
impressive.
with
I
that.
mean, you know, I can throw 100 once, twice, but to just keep doing it, pumping that gas all game long, I mean, that's unbelievable.
Barclays on the carry.
If I can bench, 225 2 times, but 22, I mean, that's a different story,
Lennox Plummer, Matt Gray on the stop.
What's that candy bar?
Ben, you enjoying that candy bar, man? I feel like I'm listening to a cow right now.
Milky Way, it's chewy. If you like chewy, it's chewy.
Man, Milky Way, Ben.
If you like chewy, it's chewy.
And that's going to be a false start, quarterback keeper.
I like a Milky Way. No, isn't my number 1 Halloween candy? Probably not. I like a Kit Kat. I even like a Butterfinger. I like Reese's.
Hope you like
Reese's is probably my number 1, I would say. You just can't beat that combo. I do like peanut M's too. Those are a classic. I like
Reese's are good.
Kit Kat, like
Peanut
I said.
M&Ms. All right, Ben. It's 2nd and 20. This could be their chance. This could be what turns the game around. Right here, right now. Let's run it up the middle. Oh, wait, we're on defense. They're probably going to do that to us and get 20 yards off it. Quarterback keeper. Oh, nice tackle.
Wow.
Good pursuit.
And a little gang tackle there in the backfield. Nice job there by the Tigers.
Toronto carry.
You know, one thing about Leicester, Lincoln. Leicester's actually home to one of the most haunted places in Massachusetts. Did you know this?
Really, Ben? Tell me more.
Spider Gate Cemetery, a.k.a. Quaker Cemetery, located in Leicester, Massachusetts, is one of the most haunted places in Massachusetts, ladies and gents.
I think Alumni Field is these days.
I don't know, man. Feels like Alumni Field is these days.
Good one.
Yeah, Lincoln's getting spooky out here. But anyway, you got the gate itself, which is it's named Spider Gates because the gate kind of looks like a spider web if you can picture it. You also have the hanging tree where a man apparently hung himself, but there's no evidence of that. But apparently he haunts the place. You also have the grave. You have the great grave of the late but the great Marmaduke Earl, where if you circle around his grave 10 times at midnight and you say, "Speak to me, Marmaduke," he will speak back if you put your head up against the tombstone. So, ladies and gents, if you ever get a little free time, go ahead and visit
I feel like I've already been there now.
Spidergate Cemetery in Leicester, Mass. Great cheese, great sauce, great crust.
The Tigers will have a first and 10. 36-yard line.
Well, Ben, whatever that was.
That was a mix of wrong sponsorship.
Anyway, Link, I think we had an infield fly of a punt. Maybe came off the top of the ankle, something along those lines.
Yeah, very
Went straight
Adam
up in the air.
Zapp-esque.
Yeah, he zapped it. What else can you say? You say, "Are you sure?" There's only so many times you can say, "Are you sure?"
And you know, it's one of those things, you know, when you tell the player he can do it, you just kind of know you're going to be in the wrong for it. And what happens? Cut it back inside.
Casey.
That's a nice gain of about 10.
Get a little run for the first down. So let's go ahead and take a look at
Ty Louder. First down.
the upcoming schedule for the Littleton Tigers. They're going to be at David Prouty. We're not going to be covering that game. That's going to be at their place, like I said, and it's going to be a week from today. But then we're at Murdoch. Got to have that game. Got to have it. Home, that game, and then we're home again versus Gardner. But then we're going out to Lunenburg to play them, but we're coming back to Alumni in Littleton for the Thanksgiving Bowl, the classic game versus Air Shirley. As Littleton rips one off here and
Got the sideline.
battle rammed out of bounds. That's going to be the freshman wide receiver, Damian Soar. We know this kid has speed. We saw it a little bit in the first game against Air Shirley, and it's coming out again. They're giving this kid a little shot down 40 zip, and he's making the most of his opportunity. Gotta hand it to him.
Absolutely.
So the first time that Littleton's been in the red zone yet tonight. And we got Casey on the outside searching past the
And he's
in!
in! Touchdown, Tigers!
Touchdown, Littleton, baby! And you're telling me there's a chance? With 5:50 to go, the Tigers strike! Because we ain't done yet.
That's what we've been
And we're
saying.
not
about
going down without a fight.
all this year, all season. This team has shown just integrity, toughness, and discipline, and they showed that here tonight.
Yeah.
Down 40, Ben. They could have just packed their bags up, Ben. Nobody would have thought any less of them.
No.
You know, they could have just kicked it in. They could have thrown the bench in and been done with it. What did they do? They switch up the play calling. They gut check, and they do a quick hitter to the outside, take a shot play. And now,
Casey searching through two. He's got it.
wow, Ben. 40-8, chasing 32 with 5:05 to go.
Have a day.
How do you do? But Ben, this isn't about this game.
Too well focused.
It's bigger than that, Ben. Because this is a team, they got skunked the week before. They're getting skunked this week. It's a team, Ben, that could have just packed it up, man. They could have been done with it. But this is going to give them some momentum that they're going to need next week.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
The first and 10 for the 35 for the Wolverines.
So just under 4 minutes to go, and Littleton strikes. Now can we get the ball back here? Let's see. A little turnover, maybe a little fumble Ruski. Come on. Ooh! Wow. Sore coming upfield, a little DB. Gotta like it. Little in stature, but he delivers a nice little pop there.
Josh West and Damian Sore on the tackle.
Wait a minute, I think they put a couple starters back in.
Gotta appreciate the freshman coming up to make a play, Lincoln. Number 1, Damian Sore. Really liking what I'm seeing out of him. Obviously had that big play on offense, but sticking his nose in there as a little guy, a little freshman, you know, you really gotta give your props to him.
Remember when we had a program that was so popular that even girls were playing on this game?
Lincoln?
Don't say it. Just give me that.
Big hole, gaping, if you will. And there he goes. Good tackle there. Good tackle there by King Prue.
Jamil Barclays with the carry.
5'10", 220. He packs a little punch.
Oh, my mama.
He'll give you a little warhead to your Skittle.
Picks up a first down for the Wolverines.
Okay. Feels like
Josh West a little shaken up on that play. He's going to come out and get a blow.
Coming up on the 2-minute warning. That does not stop the clock. Nothing would stop the clock right now, actually, for that matter.
Quarterback keeper. And that's going to be short.
Ty Lauder with the keeper.
Looks like King Prue again there in on the stop. Good for him.
Picks up a second down.
Looks like the Littleton coaching staff's going to begin taking off.
So let's take a moment to preview the primetime game this coming Sunday. Bills, Patriots at Gillette Stadium.
I believe that's an 8:20 game, Ben.
And the spread is an 8.5 points, Lincoln. Are you taking the Patriots on the points, yes or no, and why?
I believe it's home. I believe it's at 8:20.
It's at Gillette Stadium. It's the prime time.
It's going to be 80 degrees in the day, Ben.
So get your apple picking in before.
You have plenty of time to mess around. Ben, the Bills, they're a tough team to bet against, Ben, because here's why. They keep the spread so close you think you have a chance, but then they come up and they either skunk it up or give them an old-fashioned Leicester Littleton spankaroo. And you don't know what's going to happen. It's a tough game to bet against, Ben, and for that reason, I'm out.
He's out.
Not
I like
betting
the
that
Patriots
game,
on the spread. I'll be the first to tell you.
but I'll tell you what, Ben, you're going to want to take good old Joey Logano.
Joey Logano. What race is that, Lincoln? NASCAR, ladies and gents.
And that concludes
Well, folks, that'll do the game. I'd like to take a quick minute to thank you all for sticking through with us. I'd like to thank everybody at LCTV, Mark, Rory, Judy, the whole crew doing all the nitties and the gritties so we can come down here and run our mouths and put on a good show for you guys. Everybody at Napoli Pizza, and Ben, I'll let you sign it out.
Ladies and gents, for Lincoln Palmer, my name is Benjamin Stormwind. Ladies and gents, have a great night and catch us 2 weeks from today at LCTV Sports covering your Littleton Tigers. Ladies and gents, thanks for sticking around and catch us in the next one. Goodbye.